I don't even know where we are.
I don't know, Mars?
We're in the middle of nowhere.
At this point in my freaking recording adventure, I have no idea where I'm at. I think in
Audio Hammer Studios,
What is this, Sanford?
Lake Mary, one of those.
Oh, Sanford. No, Sanford.
In the middle of nowhere, pretty much in Florida.
We're in Audio Hammer's backyard.
We are at my house.
We are in either a snowboarder's cabin or a serial killer's cabin.
We are recording the new Cold Chamber.
A Cold Chamber record that is incredible.
Had a 13-year break since the last record, so it's kind of monumental for us to actually be doing this.
Really weird how we got back together.
Well, I guess, timing's everything. I mean, we obviously broke up after the Dark Days tour, which was some point in 2002.
See the lack of friendship back then, and the lack of respect, and the just the lack of just respect for music and the friendship itself.
For years after the tumultuous breakup that we had, besides me and Meigs, no one talked at all. We were out of touch with Dez.
We didn't speak for many years.
We started to talk over years and years.
A few years, 4 or 5 years, we just rekindled the friendship.
I don't know if we really had when the band was together before.
We all sort of met up and buried the hatchet and let go of the past.
Texting back and forth, which is something that never happened even when we were in a band together.
That was actually a really cool moment for everybody to be friends again, and that sort of led to Devil Driver playing in Pomona and Dez inviting Meigs to come up on stage and play Loco on guitar.
And people were like, what? Like, they couldn't even believe, first of all, we were talking, let alone he was up there doing a song with my other band.
We kind of talked about, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made a record again?
We were kind of inspired to write some songs.
Just to see how it would feel. And it went well, but then, Dez got busy with the other stuff.
We all kind of went our separate ways again.
Just a lot of circumstances didn't let the talks to continue.
It just wasn't the right timing, and for some reason now it is. You can't force things to happen. They just have to happen organically, and which organically is not one of our favorite words, but it just feels right.
In terms of just being friends again, that's basically the bottom line.
If we didn't rekindle that friendship, we would be right back in the same spot we were, with the fighting, and you just get annoyed with people for no reason, and we had to bury the hatchet, so to speak, from the old days. Once we did that, everything's just been smooth sailing, for sure.
Anything goes. Anything goes. Anything goes. We're rivals to the end. We're rivals to the end.
4th CD, and secluded in the log cabins, and like Mikey said, the serial killer cabins.
Meow, man.
tough one. I think, like I said, the friendship thing is a huge part. It's the number one thing for me, is that we can all communicate.
God, now is the right time for Coal Chamber because the music is right and the people are right, and we all wanted to do it. So the need and the want has to be there first from the musicians, and I think it's there from the audience as well.
We're the same people, yet we're all different. You know, we've grown.
We all have obviously gotten older, and we've gone more mature.
They've progressed musically. I've progressed vocally in the way that I write and the way that I sing. So don't expect a throwback record. Don't expect, something that left off from Dark Days, our last record. It's a leap and a jump far beyond that.
I think we appreciate each other more. We work with each other differently. So it is the old Coal Chamber, but a new version of it.
This is still Coal Chamber. We could write Coal Chamber 20 years ago or 20 years from now, and it's not going to change. We're doing what we do, and we enjoy it. We love it.
You got to do what you do naturally. And I think they wrote an entirely different kind of record than they may have written back in the day, and they came with something very different, so I tried to just put my spin on it.
Obviously, a lot of our musical tastes have changed, but like I said, in the roots, we still have that Coal Chamber, that metal, that root of just being heavy, experimental.
We're a down-tuned, heavy groove band. Arrangements are tight. We get to the chorus quick, and the verses, we don't linger on, a ton of noodling and extra things to just so each person can just show off. We show off together on making that thing tight. And Mikey does little things, little hits on bells, or Meigs does little things, and I come in strange in places, and that's what makes it different.
I think the progression from the last Coal Chamber record is going to be very obvious. You can't have a throwback record after 13 years.
Let me apart, let me in the dark. Because you took it too far. Now I keep your heart locked up. Returns to close in a black piece of jar.
What's really cool about the way that this record worked out is we did it old school. They got in a room, they locked themselves away. We got a pre-production spot, we locked ourselves away. It was time for me to write, I locked myself away. But now, I lock all myselves. That's awesome. That's a great Freudian slip, actually. The schizophrenia of me.
All right, everybody, let's get in a room together like when the band first started, even before I was in the band. But when I got in the band, we used to jam with the boombox and play, total guerrilla style.
Obviously, we started out with the, because we're kind of older and old now, we did a whole boombox cassette tapes, which I don't know, nowadays, it might as well be an 8-track.
And we kind of did that on this record. We got a little room in Van Nuys, California, and pretty much boomboxed the ideas.
It's like I would rather do it old school, the way that we did, like a real band.
It felt good again. I personally felt like we started over, and I felt, like I was 19 again.
Well, our last CD was Dark Days, and I feel like we picked up from there. But we're still at, like I said, the friendship, the camaraderie, just a bond. We're starting new, and it feels new again, and it feels like we are a new band.
It's not a complete start over, like we're this completely different band. It's definitely us, but a evolved version.
I would not classify this record as picking up where we left off. I would classify this record as an evolution for the band. You can't expect a throwback after that many years.
We've definitely progressed in terms of a band, sonically.
Let me apart, let me in the dark. Because you took it too far. Now I keep your heart locked up. Returns to close in a black piece of jar. Fade away. Come on, never forget. It'll be one hell of a war before you rise against me. Fade away. Come on, never forget. So fade away. Come on, never forget. Fade away. Come on, never forget. It'll be one hell of a war before you rise against me.
I don't know. It's recording right now. It's recording. Sweet.
20 years ago. We're definitely going to be flying that flag. We're proud of it as musicians and what we created with countless other bands.
We never aimed to be new metal. I don't think that term was out when we came out.
Within nu metal, there were these subgenres. And so you had other bands doing their thing that may have been rap metal or whatever, but our fans called us spooky core.
People will call us spooky core, like people just make stuff up. I think every band that was in that era with us and that either continued or didn't continue are, you know, some of my favorite bands for sure. And, you know, a lot of acquaintances of mine and friends of mine are in those bands. Coal Chamber is in the new metal thing, and, you know, we never wanted to stray away from that. You know, you can call us whatever you want.
Because we always had this thing where, like, we were relatable to Bauhaus, The Damned, those kind of bands, yet we played heavy music. We were one of the only ones, I think we were the only ones in nu metal that had that background, that goth background.
Definitely, I see a lot of bands from our era coming back, you know, and touring again.
And we love all those bands that we played with in that genre. So if it's coming back, and, you know, whether it does or not, I think it is. Or, you know, we didn't pick this time to come out because nu metal's having a resurgence.
I'm on social media, and there's a lot of bands getting it. Hey, we're a nu metal band. Hey, we're playing nu metal. Or listen to our band, we're nu metal, which is a trip how it's all come around. And it's cool to see, man, because that music back in that time slot had something so different to offer. It really, every band was so unique. No one sounded the same. And I think that's what was really important about that scene in that era. So I'm glad to see it coming back and having a resurgence, and we're going to be on top of it with this new Coal Chamber record, without a doubt.
We're not trying to shy away from it. We definitely, whether people think it's cool or not, we don't give a fuck. We're gonna fly it, and we're gonna be proud of it. You know, it was a really important stand in music back then, and I know when I was part of it, it was definitely something that it was almost rebellious against certain other styles of music.
Yeah, well, I never will, and I never have shied away from the nu metal tag, and it only became somewhat of a hindrance when other bands started coming into the scene that I thought didn't fit what we were all doing in the beginning. And there was a few of us doing something certain that was certainly different.
I know a lot of bands shy away from it just because I feel like they think it's an embarrassing moment because a lot of other bands kind of infiltrated the movement, and it was kind of like, it sucks now. But I just think it's cool. I just think it's cool. I don't give a fuck. I love it. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm proud of it, and I will never shy away from that.
Oh, Mark Lewis.
It's just a natural thing I do, and it sucks.
You're a natural thing I do.
And you suck.
These are pretty tight on my ears right now.
You're pretty tight on my ears.
Well, I've done some records with Dez in the past, but you know, we opened a little bit of dialogue there. You know, just talking about the idea of a Coal Chamber record.
Well, I've worked with Mark on several records, and the reason that, I didn't choose him for this project. I let the whole band choose who they wanted to use.
Then I Skyped with Meigs and Mikey one day, sitting in the studio, and we just hit it off. We had the same sense of humor.
But when we brought Mark in, they immediately vibed with him. So at pre-production, it was like a total vibe, an instant vibe, and they immediately liked him. That's the first thing. You want to like somebody that you work with.
Feeling like we had known each other for years was something that really cemented it. I think that was a big part of it. We all immediately kind of, felt comfortable around each other, and that was one of the cool things about this project.
Yeah. What do you call that? Fat meat.
You're a fat lead.
The Inklusionist?
Yeah, that's a tattoo guy.
You're a tattoo guy.
Yeah, I know. You're a prototype looking thing, bro.
I am. I just love him. As an individual, he's just a great person.
There, go right there. Crappy.
You're crappy.
And easiest producer to work with.
You're a nightmare.
What's the deal with the
process? What?
Yeah. A lot of knobs.
You're a lot of knobs.
That's an impressive list.
You're an impressive list.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great experience for me, and it'll continue as well.
That's so Star Search.
You're Star Search.
Really fucking in there.
You're really fucking in there. All right.
This is gonna be hard for me, but I'll get it.
You're gonna be hard for me, bro.
What? We've really bonded in being here for like 8 years, it feels.
All right, Don Johnson, next take. Double it up, corn cubes. All right, double it up there, corn shit. That should be it there, Pokemon. All right, try it again.
Call me Pokemon?
Yes, I did.
Motherfucker.
All right, shit weasel, here we go. Fucking dick pissman. All right, give it a shot there, fucking Shakespeare.
Tighten up, dude, like in my head.
We'll do it again, meditation dick, because that was great. We need a couple more of those.
All right.
Here we go, Bell Dick. I'm gonna call you right now. Hello, Daz. This is Mark. You're done. Fuck off. You ready there, fart man? Here you go, Stratman. Stand the fuck up.
Come on, Rick Rubin.
What? The fuck is going on?
Dude, I think he's backed up on fucking Red Bull.
I am too. I'm fucking jacked up on Monster. I'm like, ah!
Just his attention to detail is through the roof.
Cymbals cut out because you were like fucking like tapping the cymbals like goddamn fucking Martha Stewart.
It's been very easy, you know, to work with him.
We'll do it real quick, you know, like make it real easy.
With that energy, man. Harness that vibe.
You guys are fucking not cut out to be in the Olympics. Dude, you're so demanding, and you might as well be Prince. It's all about a very encompassing, loving vibe.
Selfish, impatient, insecure, often mistaken, out of control, dismay. I must see, incinerate.
So nothing but good things to say, really.
That was right. You just fucking played it with the strength of a fucking... On this next take, I want you to think about all of your pugs having diarrhea at the same time.
Oh.
Ugh. Fucking Gold Chamber featuring Geddy Lee. What's in here? Bunch of crap.
Yeah, probably.
Pedalboard's so roomy. Easy to deal with.
Huh?
Prague Chamber.
What do you want?
What do you mean, what do I want?
You want me to just play one note
I want
the
to
whole
make
time?
a joke about the bass part.
Hey, what do you think of...
Nope. I thought you wanted to do this snare fill right here.
That's what I was saying.
That's what I punched you in on. You're like, oh, no.
Space Marshal.
do it again. If that's not on a DVD, then I don't know what the fuck's funny, bro.
It wasn't meant for me to fucking do this shit. These are set for this other thing I got going.
This other thing I got going called not making sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting for the goddamn shit to be done.
Wow. You see?
Yep.
He hits us, by the way.
Yeah.
He beats us. After this shit's off.
Cut.
I mean, we spent 4 days doing drum tones, which I've never been a part of anything like that. But the end result is so worth it because, I mean, the drums are first. Everything else is based on those drum tones. So, you know, I was like, if you have to spend a month on it, spend a month on it. Wait until you're happy.
Listen, man, I take way too long to get drum tones, bro.
Dude, why didn't we just fucking use, like...
Superior drummer, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know, we spent a couple days, you know, tuning, and I was listening, you know, and the drums were tuned great, and I felt like we had them mic'd right, but there just was something missing. There just wasn't that attitude there that I wanted.
Because if you're happy with those sounds right off the bat, you know, it's easier to like everything else.
We basically took and ripped every single piece of absorptive material out of the drum room and opened up all the curtains so every piece of wood on the wall was exposed, and took all the couches out and every piece of carpet except the one underneath the kit. Then it started to sound great. We're like, okay, this is really cool. And I was really excited about just how out of control like the room mic sounded and how big the decay was on the snare, and you know, because somebody like Mikey can really drive a room because he hits so hard. And there was just something that wasn't quite right, so it was more of a high-end issue, and I knew, you know, from experience that a wood floor would kind of help warm up that high end a little bit, maybe kind of get rid of a little of the zing that we were getting off the cymbals and decay on the snare, and we went and got some 3/4 inch plywood and covered the majority, probably 75 50% of the floor in the drum room with it, and instantly it was a lot warmer but equally as big of a sound, you know, with the same amount of decay but just a different frequency range that was a lot more pleasing, I guess, to my ear. You know, I mean, you spend 4 days listening to drums, or 5 days, or however long we spend, and you get crazy about shit like that. You get completely bonkers about every little detail, and I think it shows, because this record's not sampled. I mean, you know, there's real kick, there's real snare, there's, you know, real everything, and, you know, every sound on it is a sound that I've never, you know, used or achieved for another record. I'm a genius.
I mean, he may take 6 days to get a drum sound, and you have to be fine with that as an artist. He may come in and just lay down boards everywhere and strip the room bare, and okay, that's what it finally sounds like. I think it's important to find somebody that can create your own sound, and sonically, we always had our own sound, Coal Chamber.
I love that. I love when bands come in and sound like bands, and the drum kit sounds like the drum kit that was played, and that's what the band wants. And that's. I couldn't be more stoked about that. You know, that's the records that I grew up listening to. None of them sounded the same. They all had an identity, and that's what I think makes this special. This genre of nu metal is, you know, you really focus on the drums. You know, the guitars are huge on this record, and everything is huge, but the drums are really a backbone, and they have to have their own identity. It can't be some sample pack that so-and-so made, or whatever it is. It's like you come in and you get these sounds that have to be huge from the get-go.
Working with Mark, I mean, he pushes you, and he gets stuff out of you that I would never come up with, which is good, because, you know, after playing these songs, and, you know, you kind of get stuck in one way of playing. I know I do. So he pushes the envelope with what you think you can do, which is good. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of producers out there that just press record, and they don't really care. They're there for the paycheck. You know, I've experimented with different drum sets on this record. The one behind me from D-Drum, that's one of multiple drum sets we used, and that was part of, you know, getting drum tones. And, you know, we had like 15 snare drums laid out, and we tried all of them, and, you know, just trying to get the best out of everything for each song. You know, different songs called for different things, so we set up, tear down, set up, tear down. It's a very tedious process, but in the long run, it totally pays off, just putting in a little more work.
Just what I say is the end of day. Another nail in the coffin. Like the winds of December, each moon, I remember it. Like the winds of December, each moon, I remember.
This is by far, out of any record, this is the most different things that I've used. And that's attributed to Mark wanting to get better tones, and, you know, just making the song better as a whole. Like, there's a lot of things on records that you wouldn't know, oh, it's because they changed the drum. We wanted to track this record like as if it was the old way to track, you know, before Pro Tools, and like you had to get everything that you wanted right off the bat, because you can only do so much in the mix. I mean, everything is more lenient now, but we just wanted to focus on getting that stuff set in stone, and I think we did an amazing job at
I know you hate me. But get hating, because you gotta do it again.
He's a good guy, and you know, the sky's the limit for that dude.
You know, besides the fact that he eats a lot,
Holy crap, he eats.
What? Let me get some chicken and rice. You guys can discuss.
You know
where
what
you
you
want to
do
speed
there.
it up. Hold on, dude. I'm cutting up some sweet potatoes.
45 minutes of slayed chickens.
What are you talking about? I only eat once a day.
You're not a medieval time fool.
Appetizing, bro. It makes me want to eat chicken and yams when I go home.
I think he's killed like 25 chickens already today for lunch and breakfast.
after he's done eating his chicken, you know, we would go into the room and just start tracking.
Spacebar food.
Fish fry food.
Alright, son.
I'll drop a glass just to see it break. I'll watch the sea obliterate. You be the decider. You be the decider. I'll cross the dream, then watch the break. I'll facilitate the need for hate. You be the decider. You be the decider. So you want to be me. So you wanna be me. I'm my worst enemy. So long, farewell, good friend. So you wanna be me. I'm my worst enemy. So long, farewell, good friend. I'll be the first to
I had such limited time to come here that we would knock out 3 to 4 songs per day. And we pretty much do that until, you know, anywhere from 10 to 11 o'clock at night, and then start over the next day.
Well, Nadia's great. She's super pro, you know. She's German. She's like a little assembly line. You know how it is. I mean, they're exactly living up to the stereotype, I guess. She came in super prepared, and it was cool, and she knew what she wanted to play. We made a couple of changes, and her and I worked out some stuff together during pre-production. That she has a great approach, you know. She just plays what's right for the song.
Sound-wise, I play Schecter guitars. I've been a Schecter artist for, at this point, I want to say 12 to 13 years. I've been playing the Schecter Ultra Bass on this album. You know, we also, in the studio, tried a few other options, you know, like some songs called for some different sounds. I'm actually recently just switched to a hybrid version of the Hellraiser and the Damien, which is a custom version that Schecter made for me. So I'll be playing that on tour. I've been using Dean Markley strings for also the past 13, 14 years, probably since the chamber music tour. I started playing Dean Markley. They've been a great company, very supportive, just like Schecter's been very supportive. And yeah.
I can only hope you fall on your fucking face. So, you wanna be me? I'm my worst enemy. So, long, farewell, friend. So, you wanna be me? I'm my worst enemy. So, long, farewell, friend. So, you wanna be me? I'm my worst enemy.
And I felt really good about what we laid down. I think it sounds great, and you know, another thing is the bass is so prominent in this style of music that it, you know, I feel like all the parts we laid down were great. And she was a real deal. It was no bullshit, you know, and the bass sounds great. You know, all the tones that we got, the basses that we used were exactly what I think we were hearing in our heads.
Don't give up the fight!
me about Effect Week.
You mean Effect Year?
What, you guys are just gonna be fucking Effect Week now, bro? It's supposed to be Effect Day.
Oh, dude, that went out the window.
I don't know anything about it. I don't. That's like a whole alien world to me, you know?
Well, the running joke is that I kept saying, "Oh, we'll do that in Effect Day," but it was Effect Weeks. It felt.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the Effect Day or Effect Week.
So does it only shoot lasers out of his dick or what?
Basically, it's my way of turning the creativity into an all-time high.
Man, this cool as fuck, man!
There's one thing to like just hone down your riffs, your main riffs, and the rhythm, the chunk, the just the meat of the music, and then there's the ear candy.
It's the little layers that only Meigs kind of held the key to. You're like, well, what the fuck are we doing with this stupid fucking delay that's making this ridiculous sound, and we fed a $4,000 amplifier through a $200 Chaos pad that makes it sound like a fart, you know? And we're like, what?
There's nothing like just grabbing pedals that you respect, companies that you respect.
He has these little, you know, extra little brush strokes with the effects and these things, and you know, there's so much time of us, you know, with these effects pedals just doing the dumbest shit.
This is so stupid.
No? This is not it.
Give me that. That's 9 volt.
No, dude, this is
This is
160 volt.
9 volt. Shut the fuck up, Meigs.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
To me, you know, Cold Chamber sound, like, it's Meigs, you know, like his effects, and it's him, you know, like I don't even think anybody could truly copy it because it's his style, you know.
You know, somebody like Meigs, you know, you compare him to you know, any other critical guitar player in any band that's massively successful, especially with a hard rock band. You're gonna find that there's a guy behind that paints, that gives the record that whole color, and that's what Meigs does. I mean, he has his sound. He doesn't just plug into what's hot. He's like, no, I need my sound.
This is my
The old Ibanez flanger.
Famous flanger.
And then you go, okay, let's go for this sound.
Each one will fucking be awesome, I think.
Yeah.
Create something new.
It's only take a week to fucking come up with one sound.
And sometimes things are just a surprise, and you do it, and you're like, whoa, that's just way different than what I thought it was going to sound like.
And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing right here? And then all of a sudden we have this awesome sound, and it becomes this really cool little layer, you know, in the guitars, or this, you know, it becomes the sound of the pre-chorus before the break that's like makes this whole thing have this huge impact when the chorus hits.
And then there's things that I have in my head that go, I want it to sound kind of like this, and it comes like that, and I just have to put pedals in succession and in order, and I know that's what it's gonna sound like. But sometimes I like happy accidents, so.
Get it perfectly. I don't want perfectly. I want what I do imperfectly. That's my whole fucking shtick.
It's so rock and roll, which is what I love. You know, it's not like, oh God, you know, it wasn't a perfect 16th note, or it wasn't a perfect, you know, triplet or whatever, and it has to be in this key or that key. It's like, no, man, what sounds good? What's cool? What would Meigs do? You know, and that's what he does. And it's no bullshit. And that's what makes bands. You know, successful bands are so good at having identities. And that's what makes it a pleasure to make records like this, you know?
And that's just creativity, and that's just honing down on your left side of the brain.
It's the little things that matter, Meigs. Little things.
Stop hating on the bass synthesizer.
I have no idea what he's doing, but it sounds good.
Trying to take it?
So what?
You want to do another take
Yeah.
of it?
It's just, I'm deaf. Can't hear you.
What's that, Cornelius?
Dude, I'm gonna be a fucking pain in the ass when I'm older.
Great job, fart balls. Nothing at all. I was trying to tell you good job, but never mind.
Working with Mark Lewis is, you know what? That guy is to me, it's like sonically, is a genius. I think he comes up with some really cool shit in terms of he knows what he wants. He's not trying to. He knows exactly and hones in on the sound.
Let me hear the guitars, since I'm clearly not paying attention. All right, here we go. I'll take time first, folks.
Let's go! Some things cannot be forgotten. Nothing in life can be so certain. It's just the way it creeps under my cold skin.
I mean, he has his sound. He doesn't just plug into what's hot. He's like, no, I need my sound, and you know, he has his Rivera setup that he does. You know, it's like Slayer and Marshalls, or Metallica and Mesa Boogies, or whatever. You know, Meigs has his sound dialed in, and you can't mistake it. And it goes so well with his playing style. You know, you might play it, and it might not be the most inspiring thing, but then Meigs picks it up and makes it sound awesome.
Schecter is the company that I actually endorse. Great company. I use them exclusively for this record. I have my own model, Scum, who works for Schecter, who one of my oldest Hollywood friends, and he got me in the company, and I've been happy. They're fucking all super nice and super professional, musician friendly, because most of them are musicians, and they treat you like a musician. They treat you like you're not from outer space. I've been with companies where I feel like I'm in a fucking corporation, and I don't like that feeling. I like to feel like I'm in someone's house party. That's what I feel. I don't like going to someone's fucking dental office. I like to feel like I'm in someone's cake party and they're fucking shoving beer down my throat. That's the vibe I like. So Schecter's definitely the cake party. There's things on this I don't think anybody, personally, I don't think anybody's done. And if they have, I haven't even heard it. So I know that I'm doing something different, and there's definitely a frantic, chaotic, just absurd, just shit just going through. And you're like, dude, that just sounds wicked. That just sounds, doesn't sound normal, certain things.
There's so many sounds in this record that have never been made before, you know, that I never made. I never plugged a delay pedal into a reverb pedal, into another delay pedal, into a synth pedal, into an organ sound, into a whatever the hell it is, you know, just to get one little, you know, 4-bar thing that goes underneath a riff that's already taking up all the space. It's like, but it's cool.
Where it will end or what it will become, what it will be. Watching you.
We're all in tune with each other, in tune of, like, he wasn't trying to make us sound like the bands he produced before. And we weren't trying to be like any band out there. We were just trying to be ourselves. And he knows that. And he got that with pre-production, with us turning in songs to him. He knew that, okay, these guys are ready. These guys are being Coal Chamber. There's no bullshit. There's no facade in front of us. There's no curtain. We're out in the open. We're trying to do our shit, and that's it.
That was sick. Dez is gonna love that.
Rat-tat-tat-tat.
I had an iPhone, and it's got voicemail. So I would be writing a song, I think it's great, and I would just sing it to them, and boom, while they were in the studio with Mark, I would send it off. Next thing you know, you're getting a thumb up, a heart from Mike, Mark going, holy shit, I love that. I would drop that and do it again. And it came to the point where one night I sat down with all my lyrics, and I just sang the whole record, and then sent them the whole record. I said, and I said in a text, I said, now you have the whole record. Like if you can hear through the whispers and shit, so I'm not singing out loud, and you can hear what voices I have in me, you know where this is gonna go. And they were all just like, wow, we got it, we hear it, we get it. So it really did help that way.
It is weird getting fucking texts from Dez with him whispering fucking.
I love it.
Vocals and choruses. It's badass.
Obviously, we can see the big picture in terms of how his vocal is gonna sound.
It's crazy, like writing a record through fucking text almost.
Or through what's it called?
The voice
memo thingy.
It's pretty cool. Technology's fucking amazing.
Because it's going to cost X amount of dollars to go to a studio, and the budgets are just getting smaller and smaller. So I built a studio in my house, and I got a vocal booth brought in, and it's my own little, that's my man cave. That's where I record.
Call the dogs, I call the shots. Can't hold that candle to you now. Caught me off guard, let's clear the air. You haven't got a clue. Never gonna drive, so cut it out. It cuts to the core.
I enjoy working there. I think he's in his best headspace there. His best performances I've ever gotten from him have been in that environment.
I think we're rolling over my heads now, and there's nothing left on this lane. I think we're rolling over my heads now, like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, we had a bunch of different microphones in the room, and I think it's important to do that. So you have one main mic that you're laying everything with, and then I had something called a salt and pepper shaker where you go in and you get kind of strange and weird on it, and then if there's clean tones, which I didn't want a lot of huge clean singing on this thing, but when I did clean, which I did a lot of on the record, you want it to have some distortion, some element of, some sonic element of scary, something different.
A lot of different cool microphones and tools to use. We typically would just put, Dez would, put himself in front of an SM7, and we had agreed for many years. I mean, since 2006 we've been working together. That was the mic that he was on, and that we thought sounded best for him. I recently started talking with a company, called Peluso Mics, that makes some really, really great vintage-inspired microphones. We ended up with a couple mics there from Peluso, and we really loved on his main sound this mic that was basically, a replica of an old Neumann U67. And then we had these other mics. We had this really cool mic called a Wasaphone, which is like just a very lo-fi mic that was actually inside of an old salt and pepper shaker. It's a company based out of England.
I feel like Coal Chamber has to stand on its own. I cannot do what I do in my other band whatsoever. Yet it's going to sound like me. So if you're familiar with what else I'm doing outside of Coal Chamber, it's going to sound like me. But there's going to be so many more different voices and nuances and tones that I'm using that I don't use in my other projects. So you have to separate them completely, and it is schizophrenia in a way where if you mix them, the fan base will hear that, and I don't know if it'll take so well. So like I say, it's going to be a heavier record than what you're used to probably for Coal Chamber because of what I've done the last 13 years. but I also backed off in the way that I'm using different tones, different voices, and different head spaces in order to achieve what Coal Chamber would have been if we would have stayed together and kept the evolution going up till now.
When we were putting microphones through overdrive pedals, and I was intentionally clipping the digital converters just to make it sound crazy. I mean, it comes in on a waveform, it's just totally blocked off and fucked up sounding, and or just compressing it just to oblivion, like completely destroying the signal and making it sound cool.
That's sick.
Killing it.
Yeah, it's good.
That's why I don't work with anybody else but you. Everyone can suck my dick.
I won't work with anybody else but Mark, so I'll probably be working with Mark for the rest of my life, to tell you the truth. This song's in the pocket, huh?
Yeah.
Done.
There we go now, we're talking, my friend.
It's incredible when your heroes not only become your friends over years, but when they don't disappoint.
I'm just visiting.
Al Jourgensen.
When a guy like that's a total legend, comes in with no ego, totally humble. He came in, he gave me a bracelet that scratched my name in it, Dez, today, and wrote the date that we sang together. I mean, it was just a pleasure, man. We had dinner together. Watching him track was incredible. Watching him bring in his things and do his vocals and become, like, you could hear Al from Ministry right there in your own studio. Oh, it was totally surreal.
It was a trip. The guy is awesome. He was completely hilarious. I mean, everybody was hilarious, but I mean, Al is a very unique personality.
Now this is how I like to sound when I wake up and have tea in the morning. Hello, neighbors. Hello, raccoons. Hello, motherfuckers that left droppings all over my goddamn porch and tipped over my garbage, you motherfuckers. This is what I want to sound like in the morning, kind of like a mosque, only in Burbank, and only dealing with wild vermin instead of some goddamn ideology.
Hola.
Suffer in silence! Eyes, it leaves me wanting. It is raining, all day and all night. The wind is out like it never happened. The moon is so full, we're losing all sight. It's just like it never happened. Midnight walks through cemetery blocks will be the same without you. Suffer in silence. Hell is empty, the devil is here. You beside me, it leaves me wanting. Just not this midnight, just doesn't feel right. Something scared, be forgotten. The wind screams your name, it cries in pain. It's just like it never happened.
I remember Meegs walking in, watching him lay a track right when they came to my house, and walking out of the door and just looking at me with his eyes. He was just going, holy fuck. It was like, yeah, that's Al. He's tracking on our record. And I didn't really want to ask anybody else. I don't think anybody else relates to, I mean, Al, I can talk about anything. I can talk about, Motorhead with the guy, or I could talk about Bauhaus, Alien, Sex Fiend. I can talk about old industrial music, and he gets it all. He knows music really well. So he was the perfect candidate for the record. And he really made the song that he's on, man. So I'm pleased, man. I'm filled with humility that he was on our record.
fell over.
Get me out of here. I gotta hear my own singing. I'd rather hear my own drinking.
God, I'm the same way.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
That's why you pay people to listen to your shit. Come over here, man.
Wait, hold on. Jesus Christ, I'm being attacked by Dez's headphone double.
Hey, it's a small room. Hey,
You
yeah.
have this on there, right? That's crazy.
Working with Al on Suffer in Silence was an honor. I mean, the guy, you know, somebody I grew up listening to, and you know, it's times like that you're like, man, you know, do I really do this for a living? I'm sitting here working with this guy that's you know, a legend in metal and a legend in, you know, basically helped pioneer a genre.
I gotta get some water. I forgot water. I'm dying here.
I got waters.
What do you want me to?
Don't die on me, you big huggabaloo. Huggabaloo.
What do you want me to load up?
That's like a Wordle.
Yeah. Dude, that could be summer. I love that shit.
I mean, Cold Chamber as a band is pretty new to social media.
You know, we just barely started Twitter. We just barely started Facebook like a couple months ago.
It's important. It gets people out there. I embrace social media because I'm extremely private. I have a handful of friends. I really don't go out. I don't do the nightclub scene. I don't do the backstage thing. I'm just, you know, socially awkward. So it's cool for me to get on Twitter and talk to people.
It's apparently obvious that social media is a definite. It's been in our culture, especially the new generation, in terms of just things just being delivered quickly. It's no longer mailing things on the mail through post office. It's now like everything's electronic.
And I think you said it best, Tommy, in the studio. It's like you used to have to wait 30 days. The news was always 30 days late because it came in a magazine, you know? And now it's instant. It's instant gratification. It's, hey, we just posted a song. Do you like it? Holy shit. Everyone loves it. There's one person who doesn't, and he don't get it.
In this life, regret nothing. In this life, everything I have is what you've always wanted. Everything you do keeps coming on empty-handed.
Social media to me, I relate it. It's the equivalent of back in the day you would stand outside a club with a backpack and pass out your flyer to your show. It's the same thing to me.
We were actually walking up and down Sunset Boulevard handing out flyers for our shows.
Get your music to someone, you know, in a different country in 1 second. So it's a good avenue. People can see your shows that they can't get to, different places. It's a great thing.
We hadn't capitalized. We broke up before all that started booming, and yeah, now that we're in that fucking in that era, we're taking advantage of it.
Give it away, don't give it away, don't give it away so easily, don't give it.
But you know, it's a better way to connect. It makes bands way more personal.
Hey, what's up? Oh, hey, how are you doing? You're talking to me, yeah. And I would have loved that when I was young. Like Robert Smith from The Cure, like being able to text him, or, you know, Ozzy, I mean, back in the day, or Danzig, be like, what's up? Hey, and he answers you. I couldn't even imagine. First of all, as a kid, I couldn't even imagine that, you know? But it puts you in a different place with people. It's like, what are you doing tonight, Des? It's like, making dinner for the family, you know? It puts you in a whole nother light with people. They realize you're a normal guy, too.
I think it makes fans more part of the band. It's more part of the process. And it's just what you have to do now. There's no way around it.
It's what you've always wanted. Everything you do keeps coming on empty-handed. I regret nothing I've done in this life. Is everything I have. Everything you do keeps coming up. It keeps coming up empty-handed.
Closing that door, Tommy, I saw skeeters coming in.
Oh, there's so many mosquitoes. They're biting me right now. Literally. It's,
You know what I can do?
Yeah. Oh, that shit
Is
God damn that mosquito. These fucking mosquitoes. Dude, I put bug spray today. And it still bit me. No, he just bit the shit out of me, dude.
The fans blow me away. Like when we, like especially when we did the States, you know, with Seven Dust, a co-headlining deal with Seven Dust last year.
What, 13 years off? I mean, I'm not sticking with anybody for 13 years, you know?
I don't know how many people like bands after them not doing anything for that long. And I want to say none of them even left.
The diversity of Coal Chamber fans is unreal. It's like 14, 15-year-old kids outside the bus to, you know, 35, 40-year-old dude bringing his, you know, 10, 12, 15-year-old kid going, I was a huge fan of you. You know, I think it's killer.
These people have been waiting for such a long time and, you know, are so excited for this album to come out. The reaction's been insane. So it's a great feeling, you know, and we're very appreciative of our fans, you know. That's what's making all this happen.
The fans that have stuck with us, thank you so much. It means a great deal. I mean, from my heart, it's the most humbling experience of my life.
I can't wait to tour these new songs. We haven't had a new song in so long, you know. I love playing Loco. It's a favorite song ever, but I've played that song 5,000, you know, times, which I'm still gonna have to play because we'll never take that song out of the set. But just to have new material on tour, it's gonna make us brand new again.
We're just gonna go on a non-stop world tour. We're just gonna put it out, shove it in people's faces, and put it out there, and just make sure people listen to it. And very proud of it. And I know the musical climate has changed a lot in recent years. And well, we're just gonna put it out there. And what's good is good, you know. If you put out good shit, I think people will listen to it. If it sucks, it sucks. But I know it doesn't suck, and I'm very happy with it.
The whole goal was to make the record as big and nasty and raw as possible, and say, hey, this is Coal Chamber at, you know, on 11 or at 100 million miles an hour, and I think we achieved that.
Love it. You know where else I love? Florida! I have a lot of mosquitoes. Look at all this shit, bro.
Yeah, man, you're about to get West Nile, bro.
It's Ebola, man.
Ebola, and all over. Oh, dude, I miss you.
Meeks is about to get Ebola. Ebola.
Everywhere I go, dude, mosquitoes attack me, bro. I must have.
Ebola. There's be a fucking mosquito on your cover, dude. So stupid.
I'm not gonna miss is the fucking mosquitoes. I wish there was mosquito vision, because there's a billion fucking mosquitoes on my fucking ass right now. And if I had a fucking fly swatter for all these fuck faces, I swear to God, I'm so over it. I hate the mosquitoes. But I love Florida.
Please get me out of Florida. I want to go home and see my kid. But no, we're just excited to get a new record out, man. It's been a long time coming.
I told Meigs the other night, I said, it's my privilege to sing to this music. And it's even a bigger privilege for me to have people hear what we have done together after 13 years. I mean, it's an incredible record, and I hope people just love it. We put our heart and soul into it. There was no just like, let's get this done. It is from the heart, and it is visceral and vicious and to the point. And I think you guys are going to love it, and thanks for sticking with us.
I've had a blast coming out here to Florida, tracking here, you know, and it's just, you know, we hope to see everybody on tour and get to meet all our fans, you know. It sounded so cheesy. Oh my God.
Fuck, they're all broken. You gotta pay for them. I mean, it doesn't try it. It's just, I'm not feeling that.
Idea.
Even that's not very well. What if I did the kicks and just
You go.
one hit?
Boom, boom, battle, battle, boom, boom, battle, battle.
No, but
you know it's good. You know it's good. Boom, boom, battle, battle, boom, boom. No,
I want to make so much fun of you, but I was like, that's a really good idea. Wait, how'd it go?
That's what I'm here to do. Shifu.
Is the LA coming to Florida, bro?
Fucking Cholo Chamber.
That's a
Cholo
Yeah!
That's what you gotta do.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned satanic sex ceremony. Chasing the vibe dragon, man.
It's song 1, and then after that, I think we're gonna do song 2.
Yeah.
Probably song 3. After that would be good.
Yeah, so it's basically we're going chronological order.
And then maybe song 3A.
Okay.
Hold on now. Hold on, we're going somewhere now. Hold on, my shields. My shields are useless.
I'm like Energizer Bunny right now.
Yeah, me too.
The funnest part is going to be reproducing it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, all that Line 6 stuff, they pretty much reproduce everything.
Was that a plug for Line 6?
Yeah.
It's actually why I took the scarf off. It's like, my throat is like 180 degrees right now. You're 180 degrees.
That's the fucking shit penis on the crab dick. You know, the fucking pause Christ. Yeah, the accent one. Pause Christ.
Oh, you just don't. I mean, yeah.
What? Oh my god.
Good old Florida. I'm getting sick of this fucking place. No offense, Florida.
Yeah, fuck you too, man. Where's the chicks and the fucking vino?
You ready?
Instead, I'm sitting here doing work for these fucking douchebags.
Rivals to the end.
Mosquitoes, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Florida. Woo!
Boy, it's hard to fucking keep going.
Yep.
No
we did
shit.
it, though. That feels good.
That felt good, bro.
Yep. Love it.
Killer record.
Hey, fucking love ya.
Killer, love you. Killer record.